Hey guys, what's up? What's happening? You got the King of Games 98 here at your service. How you doing? Hope you are doing good and staying safe. And continuing with our Christmas movie reviews, today I will be reviewing and talking about Scrooged, starring Bill Murray. Now, what's very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, is that believe it or not, I've never watched this movie before. So this was this was my first time watching this movie ever. So I watched this and I got my thoughts together and I'm recording this video now. So this was officially my first time ever watching it, and I kind of thought by the title that it was going to be a take on Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. And then when I flipped over the case and read it, I was right. So, if you've never seen the movie Scrooged, starring Bill Murray, and are kind of curious as to what it's about, well, I guess I would basically sum it up by saying it is a modernized take on Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I mean that it doesn't take place in London. It takes place in the 80s, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be. And Bill Murray plays a rich TV executive by the name of Frank Cross. And he just thinks he's hot shit and, treats everyone else not like his equal and that they're less than him, and I'm above you mentality, more or less. And his old job's boss, who has been dead, comes and sees him and basically spooks and scares him and tells him, you need to change your ways, or else if you keep on this same trajectory, you are going to end up like me, and tells him three spirits will haunt you. And of course, they are the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. However, I thought it was very interesting that the ghost of Christmas present was a woman, when normally the ghost of Christmas past is a woman. And the ghost of Christmas present is normally a man. But that's okay. You know what? It doesn't really matter. It was still basically telling the same story, and it worked. That's the important part out of this whole review. It worked. Not just the changing of sexes with the ghosts, the whole modernized take of this movie about Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol story worked. Bill Murray freaking nailed this role. I went from at first absolutely hating and couldn't stand his character to then by the end of it absolutely loving him, because I have been a fan of Bill Murray's for a very long time. Two of his favorite movie roles that come to my mind are easily Ghostbusters and Groundhog Day. So, going into this, I knew I would like it because I love Bill Murray, but just, oh my God. Like, to quote my best friend Kevin, he once said, when describing a certain actor, and don't ask me to remember who the actor was because I don't remember, but he once said about a specific actor that if you can go from hating the character that he's playing in a role to then absolutely loving that character, then that's truly the mark of a great actor, and he or she did their role perfectly. Well, Kevin, even though you are not currently here right now in the same room as me or in this video, you're right. You're absolutely right. Bill Murray knocked this role in this movie out of the freaking park. He just nailed it. I don't know how else to describe it. So, yeah, that sums up mainly the story. I'm just going to talk about some other things I liked about this since this was my first official time ever seeing this movie. So, I mentioned the Ghost of Christmas Present being a woman, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. However, she absolutely beat the crap out of Bill Murray, and it was so random yet fun to watch. And I just couldn't help but laugh because of how freaking funny it was watching this woman dressed as a fairy who was supposed to be the Ghost of Christmas Present beating the absolute piss out of Bill Murray. That was so freaking funny. I think those scenes alone make it worth a watch just for this movie, if anything. But other than that, like, there's just a lot of good scenes. You know, the Ghost of Christmas Past is this taxi cab driver, which that was a very unique take on the Ghost of Christmas Past, and used the taxi cab system to literally roll back the years, and whatever year it landed on, they traveled through time in the taxi cab to that year. Really cool. Really freaking cool. What else is there? Let's see. The Ghost of Christmas Future was a death-looking ghost, which is represented in literally every version of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol you could watch. And it was funny. In this movie version's Ghost of Christmas Future, you don't necessarily see his face. His face is not seen because of his cloak with the hood on. Instead, you see a TV or like a TV screen or monitor, and that's his face. Genius, absolutely genius, and it showed clips from things yet to come, the future. That was just brilliantly done, and I loved that. It both scared him, and he Bill Murray, and he anticipated of what was going to happen next, sort of thing. Wow. So obviously this does not take place in London in the 17 or 1800s, which is okay. That's okay, because this is a modernized take on it. And I really loved it. I really did. I can't say a single bad thing about this modernized version of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Now, one thing that I haven't touched on yet about this movie. Let me flip this back over. So, the cast, okay? The cast consists of very famous stars. Alongside Bill Murray, we have Joel Murray and Brian Doyle Murray. Those are his brothers. Well, at least Joel is. I'm not sure if Brian is another. I'm not sure if Brian is his brother or another way he's related, if he's a cousin or something. I think they're brothers though. And Brian Doyle Murray has appeared in numerous other things. Ironically, he also was in Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray. I just realized after I looked up him on Google, he was in Christmas Vacation, and he was Clark Griswold's boss. And it's like, wow, who would have known, So they star in this alongside Bill Murray. Karen Allen. Why did I keep saying that weird? Karen Allen. There we go. Karen Allen. I don't know why I keep saying her name weird. Karen Allen was in this, and she Well, if the name isn't familiar to you and you love Indiana Jones, she played Marin Ravenwood in Raiders of the Lost Ark, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and most recently, Dial of Destiny. So it was great seeing her happy, cheerful, smiling face. And last, well, close to the end, we have Carol Kane. She was famous for multiple things. And last but certainly not least, among the guest stars was Jamie Farr. Jamie Farr guest starred in this as, I believe, Jacob Marley, which is really funny to think about. But oh my God. So not only is this a great movie, it has a really good cast of actors and actresses. Now, what's pretty crazy to think about, this movie is from 1988 and the runtime is 100 minutes. So that's exactly 1 hour and 40 minutes. 1 hour and 40 minutes. That sets this movie at under 2 hours. The runtime for this I thought was so freaking good. It wasn't too short, but it wasn't too long. And it perfectly told the story and point it was trying to get across to you in that time. Wow, guys, I can't say enough good about this movie. I really, really can't. And I am glad I have this movie in my Christmas movie collection. And this is definitely going to be watched and rewatched during the month of December for many, many, many more years to come. I'm sure of it. If you couldn't already tell, my final rating for Scrooged, starring Bill Murray from 1988, is a perfect 10 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please let me know down below in the comment section if you saw Scrooged and what you think of it.